What's the Rick Owens one? I don't know who Rick Owens is, but it does say it's filled with wonderful objects, which bodes well. Let me go to the bathroom first, though. Give me one sec.
I
All
was
right,
working
Rick,
with a dealer in New
hit
York
me.
who would send me images of sarcophaguses that were up for auction.
Very creepy. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. That's the old household sarcophagus. This is so avant-garde. What was that?
It's called Kneeling Youth, and it's a study, I believe, for a fountain that's encircled
Why?
by these youths leaning over it. It's about introversion, introspection, narcissism. Well, this is my interpretation.
This is one of the most pretentious things I've ever heard in my life. Is the whole house tour like this?
that it creates. It's kind of severe and a little bit maudlin, a little bit melancholy, but also vaguely spiritual. When I am in...
It's a statue of a tiny wiener guy. My man, you are looking too deep into it. I'm just gonna say it. You're going a little too far. You're flying close to the sun.
School, and he used army blankets as a symbol of protection and insulation and isolation. The army surplus store was where I would get my original fabrics. I would make clothes. Every place I have, I cover with army blankets. When I
What a
work on
weird
interiors
tradition.
or furniture, I'm pretty much a reductivist. I don't think about domestic details that much. They feel a little fussy to me. So the domesticity in this apartment is pretty minimal.
That's what I was thinking. When we were taking a brief tour, that's what popped into my head. I didn't think that you Philistines in the chat would have understood my critique if I had dropped it like that. But I also noticed immediately that there is almost no domesticity here. We're entering like this really almost serene place where you can really feel a lot of dichotomous, like clashing of cultures almost. And it takes a keen eye to really pick up on the subtle vicissitudes that are present here. And I really feel like the army blankets really help ground it again. Bring it back to that nice earth chakra. So I can really kind of understand where Rick's getting at here. And this little hidden supervillain compartment, I have no doubt will have no corpses. So I'm pretty excited. Rick's really got me hooked on this one.
That's my closet. I don't have very many
that was
clothes.
underwhelming.
It's a little stack of t-shirts,
Like a
little
coffin.
stack of shorts for here. When I first put this place together 7 years ago, I wanted Italian rationalism. I wanted something kind of monastic, something kind of severe. I like the classical
I get that feeling as well.
tone, the travertine interior sets. I like
Travertine, though, Rick, you're better than that. That's rather pedestrian, if you ask me. Why not a more exotic earth metal? Have you thought of marble, perhaps?
been impressed by the skulls in Italian churches. This skull I got from a medical
Who isn't,
school
after
auction
all?
years ago, and I use it
It's a
as
real human skull,
memento
then.
mori, as a reminder
Good.
that all is vanity. That one day my skull is going to be on somebody else's desk. So seize the day, seize the moment.
Rick, what world do you think we're living in? My man, no one's gonna be putting your skull on their desk. This isn't Mad Max. Like, we're not gonna be wearing your skin as a pelt when you're gone. Like, it's just not happening. Like, having a human skull on a mantle there, like, that's just not super average, I would argue. Like, you don't need to worry too much about that. Like, your skull's probably gonna stay in your $50,000 travertine coffin when the time comes. If the time comes. You look like a vampire. We could be seeing you for the next 500 years. I really don't know. But you don't need to worry too much about, like, your skull being owned by somebody else. Like, I can say with a high level of confidence it's not going to happen.
The pistols are from my father's collection. He was a very conservative, kind of stridently moralist who I had a difficult relationship with. We used to be horrified, Mom and me, about having guns around the house, but now they are an affectionate reminder of him. And I like
that
the
is terrifying.
association
That
with
is
the
that is
kneeling
horrifying.
youth with the gym. The Italian futurist artist Giacomo Balla. They're very severe
Very familiar with Giacomo.
and yet kind of fantastic at the same time.
Once again, I've got to say, How the fuck does everyone who makes like these pretentious pieces of furniture always have like a really bougie ass name? Giacomo. Again, there's no Bobby dipshit originals here. You know, you never have a piece by someone with just a very plain, ordinary, fucking normal name. I think they make it up. I don't know if that's like a known thing, but to me, I feel like it's a conspiracy. There's just no way that always works out to be the case. That they have a fancy name for their pretentious furniture.
Lined with a cotton pele ovo fabric. It is regal and cozy on a winter morning when
my
I'm
favorite kind of
wondering where I'm
fabric.
having coffee on the terrace.
What was that? The Goblet Oblum
But
fabric?
my favorite object is this one. So worth the wait. We call her Liza.
It's not a super
After
cool
Liza
sarcophagus
Minnelli.
though. You could have gotten a better one, like the one Emotep was buried in for the Mummy movie.
Became available a few years ago, and we entered into an agreement
Holy
to collaborate
shit.
with the family that was running it, and to turn it into an
That is such a huge blazer. This man threw this on and immediately looks like fucking Slender Man or something.
from our
His whole brand is oversized everything. I don't know any Rick Owens designs. Let me take a peek real quick. Maybe that'll help me get like a feel for his refined palette. Holy shit, he's selling a leather funnel neck puffer coat for $4,915. This shit looks like what the Juggernaut wears in Modern Warfare 2. Look at this. Wow, you're right. It mainly is just like oversized everything. Super smart. Legitimately super smart. Take pre-existing clothes, set them to Wumbo. Christ, even the socks are oversized. Oh my god, the socks are $170. Pardon me? What in tarnation? Take a peek at this. That's the most expensive sock I've ever seen in my life. $300 for 90% of a glove. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, the glove is missing the tops on the thumb and pointer finger. Like the two most important fingers. Oh, now they're gonna get all cold. You either go fingerless or go full glove. Why half measures? Have we learned nothing from Breaking Bad? Wow, this is crazy. Yeah, I've never seen any of these. Does anyone wear Rick Owens? Who wears this? Like out in public, I'll see Supreme, I'll see Gucci, Balenciagas. I never have heard or seen Rick Owens anything.
For several years, I have been collecting these Onagadori rooster feathers. They were bred originally in 17th century Japan. My father had a library in the basement, and I like to have them around to remind myself of unlimited possibilities. I like to start from a clean slate every collection.
That's what you get from the rooster
These
feathers?
have stayed here. These have been here for every day. I'm very grateful that I ended up here. Arrivederci.
It was nice to meet you, Rick. This was certainly interesting. I don't think I'll ever fully understand what drives someone to find so much meaning in so little, but I can't be upset about it. You know, I respect it. But my God, I don't think I'll ever get it. Finding unlimited possibilities